Hello, we are excited to share with you some of the many reasons why Hormel Foods is a company that has had long-standing success in the food manufacturing industry. Hormel Foods has been one of the longest-standing business organizations since its founding in 1891 by George A. Hormel. They have worked hard and persevered by making strong strategic decisions throughout their history. This can be visualized by performing a SWOT analysis, analyzing Porter's 5 forces, and performing a supply chain analysis. Additionally, for an organization to thrive for over 120 years, they need to be open to both short-term and long-term strategy suggestions. Hormel Foods is a company choosing to lead rather than follow, with a clear vision and an understanding of emerging new market opportunities that are crucial moving forward as they were back in the days of George A. Hormel. Through innovation, globalization, consumer awareness, and planning utilizing various strategic models, Hormel Foods will continue to be one of the top performing companies within the food manufacturing industry. One model that is frequently used to assess the strategic position of an organization is the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat SWOT analysis. Hormel Foods has 3 major strengths they rely on, which are their research and development process, their use of quality ingredients, and their financial performance. Hormel Foods continues to release new products such as their latest snack wrap line, which can be attributed to their research and development capabilities. Hormel Foods also makes sure to use a quality, locally grown ingredient, as well as ingredients that are thoroughly tested for consumer safety. Finally, Hormel Foods has a strong financial performance rooted in bottom-line growth, from $526.2 million to $602.7 million. Hormel Foods has one potential fatal weakness that needs to be addressed. They rely heavily on a small portion of customers to comprise the majority of their sales. Hormel Foods relies on 5 key customers in each of their product lines that make of a single portion of sales. This can be demonstrated by the top 5 customers in Hormel Foods' grocery product line, contributing to 43% of total sales. If one of the top 5 customers in any product line were to drop out, it would significantly hurt the company. The main opportunities that Hormel Foods has to capitalize on are natural organic foods, e-commerce, and globalization. In 2012, there was an 11% increase in organic food sales, which provides Hormel Foods with an interesting opportunity to become involved in this market segment. E-commerce is another opportunity due to the fact that e-commerce sales are expected to grow by more than $400 billion by 2018. If Hormel Foods could get involved in e-commerce, they could boost their already good sales numbers. A final opportunity to consider is globalization. Hormel Foods recently acquired Skippy Peanut Butter, which has significantly boosted sales in China. If Hormel Foods could use this as an opening to other product lines in China, it would be very beneficial to them. Hormel Foods has 2 threats to worry about, which are strict food regulations and labor costs. Being a distributor and manufacturer of food, Hormel Foods is subject to regulations put in place by the Food and Drug Administration, as well as the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Changes to regulations could threaten Hormel Food because they are forced to abide by all regulations pertaining to them. The other threat is rising labor costs. The federal minimum wage has risen from $5.85 to $7.25 per hour since 2008. These costs, combined with having to provide health insurance to full-time employees, can increase the costs the organization has to contend with to produce a product. Another model that is used is the Porter's 5 forces. When new organizations move into an industry, the hope and goal is to gain market share, which allows for rivalry to intensify. The position of the existing organizations are stronger when there are barriers in place to those trying to enter the market. If these barriers are, the threat of new entrants will be high, and vice versa. The food processing industry has an unbounded market due to the demand of processed foods. However, the threat of new entrants into the meat products industry is relatively low due to rules created by the FDA, USDA, EPA, and OSHA. These barriers make it difficult to enter the industry. Customers can be powerful and are sometimes able to add pressure to drive down prices or increase the required quality for the same price, and therefore reduce profits in an industry. There are several factors that drive this: number of customers, size of their orders, number of companies supplying the product, a threat of integrating backwards, and the cost of switching suppliers. The bargaining power of the supplier refers to how much control a supplier has to set their individual prices that will be most profitable. Hormel Foods has the option to directly sell to customers, but more often they sell to grocery chains and other wholesale companies. This is a relatively stable environment because of the nature of the market created by all of the processed meat companies. If a firm's suppliers have a bargaining power, they will be able to do three things: exercise that power, sell their products at a higher price, and squeeze the industry profits. If the supplier forces up the price paid for inputs, profits will be reduced. In this industry, suppliers mainly comprise of those who supply the chickens, cattle, and pork. Hormel Foods is able to buy locally, which helps bring the cost down and again gives them a competitive advantage. A substitute product can be portrayed as something that meets the same need. The threat of substitute products within the processed meat industry is driven by health-conscious consumers. This is a relatively new concept within the food industry. For example, Hormel Foods has answered the call by creating a healthy substitute for pork bacon, turkey bacon. If there is a competitive rivalry in an industry, it will encourage organizations to engage in price wars, investments in innovation and new products, and intensify promotions. These activities are likely to increase costs and lower profits. Although Hormel Foods and its competitors sell analogous products, each company has its differences by strategically choosing their own particular way of manufacturing and sales strategies. Hormel Foods' competitive advantage lies within the processing and distribution of its product. Over the years, companies and consumers have been making more and more purchases based on diversity and the environment. Companies do this in an attempt to have a competitive advantage in their markets. Hormel has done this in two ways. One is through a supplier diversity program, and the second is by creating a supplier quality management policy. The Supplier Diversity Program opens up opportunities for companies that may be underserved, like minority, veteran, and women-owned, while the Supplier Quality Management is a detailed policy that lists the expectations of suppliers with regards to their corporate responsibilities, which include quality and product integrity, safe work environment standards, animal care products. As you can see in the Hormel supply chain breakdown, it shows their direct responsibilities, which are on the left, and their indirect responsibilities, which are on the right. The chain was started in 2011, and each year they review and update it to make sure their social responsibilities extends to all levels of their business. In order to stay competitive and sustainable in the food production market, it is necessary for Hormel Foods to continue to think about their short-term strategies. Focusing on their balanced business model will ensure financial stability as the revenue is spread out among the 5 segments of grocery products: refrigerated foods, Jennie-O Turkey Store, specialty foods, and international. In a world where people are constantly on the go, it is important for Hormel Foods to produce and sell products that are convenient and easy. Not only will these items fit in today's busy lifestyles, but they are priced right to remain one of the top-selling categories during any economic conditions. One of the biggest concerns in today's society is being health conscious and more aware what one is putting in their bodies. Hormel has responded by developing a line called Natural Choice that contains no preservatives or artificial ingredients. Making the effort to supply customers with healthier options shows how much Hormel Foods cares about people's well-being. Now that we have taken a look at the short-term goals, it is necessary to address some long-term initiatives as well. To be in business as long as Hormel Foods has, individuals within the company have been doing a great job planning and implementing long-term strategies. In order to stay competitive, Hormel Foods needs to continue to make acquisitions that will increase sales. Hormel Foods is seeking to hit the $3 billion mark in 2016, only pertaining to new products that have been developed since 2000. This is a very optimistic goal, but Hormel Foods is confident they will be able to reach it. This emphasizes Hormel Foods' drive for innovation and their commitment to establishing new products to fit the needs of their consumers. Continuing to focus on manufacturing products that global customers are looking for is another huge initiative that should be included in Hormel Foods' long-term strategies. International sales has increased by $354 million from 2005 to 2014, proving that their global efforts are paying off. Maintaining the balanced business model, continuing to build branded product lines, and delivering product innovation will allow Hormel Foods to have continued success for many, many years to come. Our team utilized the discussion board environment within the Campus Connect for the majority of our communication. In regards to completing the presentation and analysis paper, we utilized Google Slides and Google Docs. These applications allowed for a seamless production and creation of the final project. We discussed both nationwide and local, publicly traded companies. We chose Hormel Foods because it was local and met the requirements for the project. In addition, one of the team members had a personal connection to the company, which was able to give the group a more personal perspective. Our team journeyed through this project efficiently and effectively with virtually no setbacks. We were able to divide the work cordially, and everyone did a great job in sticking to the original guidelines set by the team and Dr. Whitehead. Overall, it was a great learning experience that was insightful and educational. Hormel is a company that changes with its environment and social settings based on the economy and market demands. By doing this, they have withstood the ebbs and flows of global changes and continue to be a strong strategic force in their industry. Through research and development and using quality ingredients, they continue to be a competitive leader, and in doing so have increased their financial performance. They have also proven they take their corporate social responsibilities seriously by their continued efforts on pursuing green initiatives and their stand on diversity among not only their employees, but their suppliers as well. Hormel says it is not only about how their business is conducted, but is present in everything they do. Thank you.